What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. At the time of this recording, we are just 50 days out from WrestleMania 41 and just 2 days from the Elimination Chamber. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to rehash my predictions for WrestleMania 41. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get into the mid-tier championships, starting with the women's. Over on SmackDown, where Tiffany Stratton is your current women's United States champion. She's currently feuding with Michin. However, I think that if they play their cards right, we have time to possibly set up a match between Tiffany Stratton and her current muscle in Piper Niven. I just think that'd be a really cool story, a story we've seen played out time and time again. The muscle gets sick of the chicken shit heel, turns on him, takes their belt. We've seen it with Batista and Triple H back at WrestleMania 21. We saw it with MJF and Wardlow, and I think it would be really cool to see like a women's equivalent of that. So hopefully they'll get that going. On the Raw side, where Lyra Valkyria is your current women's Intercontinental champion, well, I think that match is pretty much already set in stone for us. I think we're going to be getting Ivy versus Lyra, and I really hope that with not just the Intercontinental, but also the women's U.S. championship, that WWE and Triple H make sure that they put those matches on WrestleMania itself. Because I feel like if you don't, it's a huge missed opportunity, and it's just going to instantly just deflate the hype and feeling and importance behind these women's mid-tier titles. So make sure you get them on the show themselves. If not, it's just going to be a huge missed opportunity. So let's go ahead and go to the men's mid-tier titles, starting with Shinsuke, who's still your current men's United States champion. I think that's another pretty obvious one. I think we're going to get the rematch between himself and LA Knight at Mania. I even go as far as to say I think LA is going to win it back, but maybe they'll throw a third person in there to mix it up. On Raw, we got Braun Breaker as your current Intercontinental champion. They've been teasing him and AJ for a while now, which I think is a dream match. However, I don't think it's going to be a straight one-on-one endeavor. I think they're going to throw Sheamus in there as well. I think we're going to get a triple threat match. And maybe Sheamus finally has his crowning moment. I don't know. Regardless, that'll be an absolute banger. Sheamus has shown that no matter who he's with, he has good matches. AJ's the same way. Braun's the same way. But you throw those three together into a triple threat, I think you have just an absolute classic on our hands. Probably similar to the classic a couple years back with Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew. I think we're going to get something of that caliber. All right, so let's go ahead and talk Elimination Chamber and the what's going to come out of the results for that. So let's start with the women's. It's been heavily rumored that Jade is going to show up. Jade Cargill is going to show up at the Chamber and attack somebody. The question is it Naomi or is it Bianca? In this guy's humble opinion, I think she's going to attack Naomi, taking her out, which is going to set up Naomi versus Jade at Mania, which I think will be a great showcase for both of them, mostly for Jade, and hopefully show off the training she's hopefully been doing in this time off and her improvement. Here's hoping. I think the initial plan probably was Bianca and Jade, but I think someone probably just came to the realization that Jade just wasn't quite there for that caliber of a match, so they want to, give her time. So I think this year we're going to be getting Naomi and Jade. Maybe next year we'll get Jade and Bianca, but for this year I think it's going to be Naomi and Jade. Now, speaking of Bianca, I can't believe I'm saying this because I thought this was just like a pipe dream that was never actually going to happen. I thought Liv was going to for sure win the Chamber, but after what happened on Raw, spoiler, Bianca and Naomi dropped the tag belts to Liv and Raquel. So now I'm really thinking, and I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I want it to happen so bad. I think we're going to get Bianca winning the Chamber and setting up Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41, which I'm insanely hyped for, and I just pray we get it because I don't think you have two bigger names in women's wrestling to go against each other, except for maybe Charlotte and Tiffy. Like it's about equal, right? And this will be so refreshing because I just feel like Rhea has always just been the powerhouse in her feuds. So this is just going to be like what an old expression they always say, the immovable object meets the unstoppable force, or flip that around. But yeah, I just think it's going to be an absolute banger of a match if we get it. I pray that we do. All right, so now let's go ahead and switch gears over to the men's This is tough, guys, because I think coming out of the men's chamber, we're going to have 4 matches coming out of it. I really do. First and foremost, I hate to do this to Drew, but I do think that Damian is going to eliminate Drew, or Drew's going to eliminate Damian. We're getting Damian versus Drew at WrestleMania 41. And I know people are not hyped for this, but just try to make the best of it, guys. And do remember there is a story there from WrestleMania 40. Damian did cash in on Drew. So there's a story there. And I'm sorry, but I don't envy Triple H for having to get all of these over guys on this card, because it's just, there's so many of them that some of them are not going to be in high caliber, top of the card matches. And I know it sucks because Drew had an insanely good year. He did. But you know what? I think Drew needs to just prove time and time again that he can take anything and turn it into gold, which he can. He really can. So just take this feud with Damian, and don't hate Damian either. Damian is super over. So just have these titans, man, come at each other and have a banger of a match. I think they will. I think they'll take on the task, the assignment, and they'll hit a home run with it. Yeah, so I think that Seth is not winning the chamber. I don't think anyone really thought he was. I think Roman is going to show up in some respect and screw Seth out of it. I'm not exactly sure how, because we already got Jade probably showing up, so we're going to have 2 people showing up in both chamber matches. I guess that's fine. It just seems kind of odd to me that they would pull that twice in one night. But I do think Roman is somehow screwing Seth, and we're gonna get that Roman-Seth match at Mania. You know, the culmination of this like decade-long story between the two of them is gonna finally culminate at 41. And obviously this is all just speculation, because especially on like the main event side of the men's division is just so liquid, right? Like it just feels like these matches can change at any time, especially with Rock coming back and, you know, propositioning Cody for his soul and all that. It's nuts, but I feel fairly confident in saying that we're gonna get the Seth Roman match that we've been wanting for a long ass time. I really think it's gonna be a great match. Those two have amazing chemistry, and the story is there. All right, so that leaves us down to the final 2. And guys, when I say I struggled with this, I mean I struggled with it, because it's tough. It's really tough, because I don't want this, but I understand why we're probably going to get it, and I don't even want to utter the words, but I think that John Cena's final opponent at WrestleMania is going to be Logan Paul. I really think it's going to happen, guys. It just seems like the stars are aligning for it to be Logan Paul versus John Cena at WrestleMania. And look, you know what? I'm going to give Logan Paul the benefit of the doubt. He is a good wrestler, right? He's good in the ring. So it sucks for me, because I don't know if he's long-term invested into the company, right? So to have Cena's final Mania match be against him just seems kind of, I don't know, seems lackluster to me. But regardless, I think that Logan Paul will eliminate John Cena in the Elimination Chamber. And that leaves us to what you guys can probably predict is my prediction for the main event of WrestleMania 41. That being the winner of the Men's Elimination Chamber, CM Punk, going up against Cody Rhodes. And I know you're all probably thinking like, no, Punk's not gonna win. He's gonna use his favor to get into a triple threat scenario at Mania. But you know, I watched Not Sam's prediction on this, and he made a very good point. He said Paul Heyman doesn't have that kind of pull, right? Like, I don't think Paul Heyman has the pull to just insert CM Punk into the main event match. I don't think he does have that pull, right? Where he would have the pull is maybe if he was to insert him into a match with Roman Reigns, right? And I did entertain that idea that maybe we're gonna get Roman Reigns versus CM Punk at Mania, and then they go with Seth Rollins versus Cody instead, which I guess is a possibility. But on this day, I see clearly that 50 days from Mania, it's going to be CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. That's my prediction. Maybe I'll be wrong. I probably will be, guys. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I know that's a huge match card. I'm still missing some. There's probably other stuff there. I want to see how many of these I get right. If I get half of these right, I'll be pretty impressed with myself. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll see you at WrestleMania. Peace.